Hey, Derek here at Castaway Studios. Welcome back. We are moving forward in our Zoom LiveTrack L-8 series, and today, by popular request, we are going to get stuck right into the phone interview TRRS mix-minus cable business right after this. All right, so I'm pretty excited by this machine so far. I've done a few little experiments, but I am yet, due to busyness in my studio, I'm yet to convert the whole studio to using this machine for a couple of weeks before I can do the full Rodecaster VL8 shootout. There's going to be a few, I'm already noticing a few major differences that are going to make some people very, very excited by the L8 and some people possibly stick to the or choose the Rodecaster. But that choice is a massive win for podcasters and creators. That choice is a big win for people that possibly need to multi-use and all kinds of things. And both companies are working so hard to provide the best possible solution. And I'm overwhelmed with the amount of effort that both Zoom and Rode are putting in to make the best possible content, which is exciting. But let's get down to it. Today, we're just talking about TRRS. Now, if you don't know what that means, I will show you. TRRS is a mini jack, an 1/8-inch mini jack cable that happens to have one more channel, I guess, than your usual one you're used to, the stereo. So we're used to the little ones that we poke into our, Discmans and Walkmans and all that sort of thing. Basically a tiny little stereo headphone cable. With this, you'd be familiar with this little guy from things like old iPhone headsets and things like that, because it has that extra channel for the voice to come from the microphone into the device and then send a stereo signal back. So TRRS, this is very important. So you'll see 3 little rings on there. All right, this is critical. They're not that easy to find, and I was super relieved to find that Zoom had chosen to give you one with their machine. Why not? If one of the big selling points is they're getting with the times and offering mix-minus on board, let's make sure we can do that without having to run around some pretty elusive cables from electronic stores, which I have found. I got this one from a shop in Melbourne called J-Car, and that's fine. But all your other stores do not stock TRRS. Maybe they do by now, but 12 months ago, no, siree, Bob. All right, so moving forward as quickly as possible. Just quickly, people always look at my videos and say, what's that little box that you've been pressing the buttons to change the scene? Have a look. Boom, boom. This is how I control my OBS scenes. It's called an Elgato Stream Deck, and they are readily available. They're not that dear. I love this thing, but it's something for another day. I think I've done a few videos on the Stream Deck as well, so go and have a look. Okay, so back to this. So the idea is you put that in, there's a special place for that, and that has built-in mix-minus. Mix-minus means simply that the audio has been specially mixed that comes out of here to be everything except what's being put in. So basically the person's voice on a phone call will not hear their own voice back again, causing an echo. So it's very, very important. Before the Rodecaster Pro, you had to manually set up your mix-minus. So on the my old mixer and also my Zoom L12 LiveTrack, I need to set up one of these output channels and then take a splitter and have the input and output, and then I set that channel, which is another story. We won't get into that, how to do that right now, but I set that channel to output, so you need splitters and wires and all sorts of things. This does it all on board. because of the need of podcasters to do that, and the need of podcasters to have things simple, because content comes first before getting carried away with tech. The tech should help make it easier for us, not harder. Alrighty, so what I've done is I've plugged that cable in. I have set this channel, these channels here. This button here selects what they do, right? So that top red one will mean that this channel will be accepting audio from this mono. I'm going to have to check that. I think it might be stereo, actually. Let me check that one. I'll put it in the notes. This 1/4 inch input here, I think it is stereo, but there you go, will be an input without the mix minus, right? And press it again, and it lights up just on this side. It says 7/8. I'm still a little confused about why it says 7/8, and I'll get to that a bit later, because in my setup in the DAW Reaper, I have set that channel to accept stereo channel 8 left and right, which it is doing as a stereo track. So I'm not sure exactly what that means, but let's get to that. I'm happy to learn as we go. Press it again, and it's USB 3 and 4, which is one of the alternative. It's the alternative USB input channel to get different audio from your computer. So you can have your computer sending, one software might be sending USB to tracks 1 and 2, and another piece of software, like say Skype or something, might be sending it to 3 and 4. So it's kind of handy. It gives you an option of using the computer for 2 different audio sources on 2 different tracks. It's not what we're here for, so let's get back to this. Press it again, and it activates the. So it activates the soundboard, which is all programmable, and that's for another day. Right. Okay. So putting it back to that, because that's what we're here for. This should be a mix minus situation. Now, I had a question on my channel. How do I record that from my phone into stereo? So I've plugged that into that cable, and you can see my old iPhone, and I've got it in the classic iPhone converter, right? Okay, so it's just simply treating it like a normal output, and I will use Face ID so you don't see me putting my code in. All right, so have a little listen if you dare. And so this is Christmas. This is my podcast. It's just what have you done? Goofy breakup episode. Another year over. So I'm going to put you to this, and a new one just begun.
Going to begun if we survive.
If you look around there,
So happy Christmas.
It's clearly recording in that track there.
And happy new
TRRS phone.
He's staring in my
in
eyes.
stereo.
Let's hope it's a good
8 left and 8
With
right.
plenty of beers.
Right.
I was going to say without any
All right,
beer.
let's stop that now. So if you could see that was recording into stereo, looking at this master mix, but I must say in the channel, it's hard to, sorry, I got confused as to which screen I was working on here. In the channel here, input stereo, this is where I've set it up. So input stereo, 8 left and 8 right. So that is recording my phone through that jack in stereo. All right? That's that part of it done. Okay, so let's find out if the phone thing works. This is something I forgot to set up. And so what I'm going to do, there's me. Right, so what I'm going to do now is make a phone call. Excuse me for a moment. Okay, I'm hearing it. Are you hearing it? Tara, I'm making a video, so be nice.
What does that mean?
It means I'm making a demo video on how to use the phone interview system here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah? Yeah? Do I sound beautiful?
Yeah, it's clear. It's fine.
Yeah? Do I sound handsome?
Sure.
Thank you very much. All right. So are you running a machine right now, just to confirm? Tara's a woodworker, a very, very good worker.
I've got the extractor on.
Okay. All right. So that's good. So that you're not hearing my voice echoed back to you at all, are you?
No. And I've got a face mask on, so I'm
Oh, well, thanks. Like I said, people, I did not pre-set this up. Thanks for being a sport, Tara. I just needed to quickly test it, and you're my favourite guinea pig. All right. Thank you, and bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
All right. So I think you'll agree that worked well, and I didn't record it. Maybe I should have, maybe I shouldn't, but that worked well. So the mix minus worked, and well, let's set recording. I'm going to put it on PC and let you have a little look. Let's do it again. And let's have a look at the channel. Can hear a bit of a buzz there. I've got it quite high.
Hi, you've called Tara from Red Fox and Wilcox. I can't take your call right now. Please leave a message and I'll get back to you.
Please leave a detailed message after the tone. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
All right, so we're pretty happy with that. We can see right there that that's been recorded in stereo. So terrific. I think that should cover it. Let me stop that recording now and come back to me and the machine. So more than happy with that. So that was a no-brainer. My first attempt at doing that was right then live. So that should give you an idea. Look, at sometime soon, I'll run you through setting up the channels for your audio driver and all that sort of thing. But it really is quite easy. Look, I'll just do it quickly now while you're there, and I'll touch on it later. So this is a Reaper. In Reaper, I'll go to Preferences, and I'll go to Device, Audio System ASIO, ASIO, and which is unfortunate because that's also the name of the Australian sort of Secret Service, federal FBI kind of vibe, or CIA. Anyway, ASIO driver, Zoom L-8, right? And when it says Enable Inputs, you choose the first and last the first time, and it will be okay every time you turn it on. So first will be track 1, master left. So 1 and 2 will be left and right. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are the microphones, 7 left, 7 right, 8 left and 8 right. So there's all of your tracks. So you make sure your first is master left and your last is 8 right. And then you're good to go. Alrighty, I think that's enough for now. Pretty happy with the mix minus. Fantastic. Adios.